go. Good afternoon, sports fans. Good afternoon. We appreciate you. We wasn't trying to be late, but we was just trying to make it great this afternoon and this day. And we got a couple guests with us today. One of them is a special guest whom I was able to meet, had the pleasure of talking to as well this past week through the holidays, Mr. Zach Preveno. How are you doing today, Zach? And I greatly appreciate you for joining us as well this
I
afternoon.
appreciate you guys having me. I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
And also, we have the man, the myth, the legend, one of the realest I know, not just in the city, but when you meet someone, they give it to you straight. And that's what it's been like with this man of many hats. We know him as T1, T Wonderful, but here we call him City League TV. How are you doing today, City League TV?
Great. It's another blessed day. You know, we blessed once again to do what we love doing. And that's just to talk about these good sports, man. Good to see y'all this morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As the Midwest keep connecting, y'all seen the other screen pop up, and he down there bending air in South Bend. They call it the Bend, and that's post game. How are you doing this afternoon, post game?
Doing well, man. A blessing to be on with y'all this morning. Talk to these good sports. How y'all doing?
I'm pretty good. And as you see, we also have a screen up there post game. This is Mr. Zach Preveno, who I had the pleasure of meeting this past holiday through my work days, cooking late night. And he's a Seattle fan, and we are going to get into that as people are talking about those Seahawks, Sam Darnold. But it's a great slate today for the Sunday NFL. And we're not going to cut to the chase. That first game that, of course, everybody want to talk about, possibility to clinch playoffs. You got Pittsburgh going to Cleveland to try to get a big win and get them into the playoffs. You got Myles Garrett out there trying to get the sack record. What's your thoughts on this game today? I'm going to start off with you, T1, with your Browns trying to come in and clown around and Myles Garrett. Normally we start last, but I'm going to give it to you first because this record, I know you're ready to get it off your chest. Talk to us about this game.
Yeah, definitely ready to go ahead and get that record. And that's about all I'm looking forward to. I want to, see Shador continue to learn on the job, continue to get better. We all know offensive line ain't gonna help him none. Receivers ain't gonna help him much. And he just out there. So I'm ready to get this season over with Cleveland. This is actually some of the worst football that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And I'm not sure if y'all have seen any of the footage of these offensive linemen that have been blocking for Shador, but it's unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they even had one play that were backed up on the goal line. Shador's dropping back for a pass. He's in the end zone, and it looked like his own offensive lineman is coming to sack him. And that's just the type of, things that he's had to endure while trying to play this game that he loves and this game that he was born to play in his position that he was born to play. So I'm just looking for him to continue to be rock solid and be unfazed about everything that's going on within him. And hope Myles get this record today so we can go ahead and get that out the way and he can shut it down for the last game. No need to worry about any type of injuries at this point for teams like Cleveland that are only fighting for draft position. So hope Myles gets it today. And once he get, I actually would sit him down. Like, great job. You had a great season, and it's time for you to just get ready for next year.
What's your thoughts on this, Zach? And again, man, I appreciate you joining this afternoon with us as well during your work day. I can see in the background.
I'd say the biggest thing that's definitely going to get Miles to his goal today is that Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. I just saw that come up earlier. I mean, from what I've seen is that their O-line has talked about triple teaming Miles Garrett because nobody wants to be that team that lets him get the record. And so I'd say that the biggest part of it is that they're going to do everything to take care of him. So I think that I hope he gets it. He's a great player. And I hate the Steelers. Being from Ohio, it's not fun to hear those Pittsburgh Steelers. But I definitely think the Browns can do it. It's honestly a great game. If the Browns can win it, it really messes up the Steelers' playoff hopes. And I think that Miles can do it if he can get around to Rudolph.
Yeah. Give us your thoughts on this post. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. What's your thoughts after yesterday into today? What's your thoughts on Garrett? What's your thoughts on Cleveland possibly getting a win at home and being that kryptonite to Pittsburgh's playoff hopes?
Well, I kind of think I got a feeling Cleveland's going to win this game. And if Pittsburgh drops this game, then it makes next week a must win. Aaron Rodgers not playing. Is that due to injury?
I think so.
Wow.
I think he hurt him. He might have hurt himself or like his hand or something. I'd have to look it up. But from what I know, yeah.
Is he scared of Miles? He don't want to give him the record? What's going on?
That's possible.
Right? I think that's what it is, man. I didn't see him on the chart until this is breaking news for me. But
yeah. But one of the things I want to see out this game, and I think I've heard it's going to be a messy weather game, but I would like to see Shedeur Sanders continue to build on his rookie campaign because I want to see him solidify that QB1 spot. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, if everything's fair. If everything's fair, I think he is. But we know what kind of situation that is in Cleveland. But seeing Shedeur and that tight end Fannin play, I think that's a bright spot for that organization. Myles Garrett is definitely going to get the record today, especially if Rudolph is the starter. He's going to be hunting him down all game. And they bet not get behind because if Cleveland gets a lead and Pittsburgh has to throw the ball, my man might get 5 sacks today. So I'm looking forward to this game. A lot of different storylines. Shedeur Sanders and his play. Has he done enough to secure that QB1 position going into next year, which I personally hope he's going to do? And Myles Garrett getting the sack record, man. And it's going to be a beautiful thing because no disrespect to Michael Strahan, but nobody's going to give him that sack total as Brett Favre did years ago. So a lot of good things to look forward to in this game.
I agree. I'm with Cleveland, as I said yesterday. I just think Cleveland could win this game. I don't know what it is about this game, but over the years, how Cleveland has played against Pittsburgh, knowing this sack record is there as well. You could triple team Myles Garrett. You could do whatever you want to do today. Myles Garrett is hungrier than a mouse inside of a pile of cheese, if you know what I mean, with a trap around him. So Myles Garrett wants this sack record. I don't think nobody's going to be able to stop it. So for me, I'm in agreement with everything you guys saying. T1, I hope you guys can get this big win today. At Nico Robinson, we appreciate you tuning in. We are talking about the first game on the slate, which is Pittsburgh at Cleveland.
Hey, let me share something real quick.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
It's clear y'all haven't been watching Cleveland. Cleveland is not going to win this game. Cleveland doesn't want to win the game. Shedeur could have about at least two, at the very least. And I'm going to even say possibly 3. Like, if they were playing to win games, like, they possibly could have snuck up in a playoff hunt, believe it or not. But they're not trying to win games, fellas. And like I said, I don't know if y'all been watching and paying attention, but since Shedeur has taken over under center, he has been the best rookie quarterback by far. So as far as solidifying that position, and me being a former quarterback, not at the highest level, but being a quarterback and knowing what it takes to play that position, watching Shador read these defenses and check to receiver one, option two, option three. I mean, actually, it's beautiful work. It is beautiful work watching this young man. And once he gets in a position where they have an offensive line behind him and they have receivers that actually want to catch the ball, I think we're in for something special. And if Cleveland thinks that any quarterback in this draft is better than Shador, they probably need to go into some type of another profession.
We appreciate you joining and just sitting here and listening, Nico Robinson. We really appreciate that. We're going to be coming at you with so many more talks throughout this stream with this NFL Sunday. If there's anything you would like to say, please feel free to tap into the comments and give us your thought as well. What are your thoughts on this Myles Garrett sack record? And we have a couple people tuning in on Facebook Live. Myles Garrett will turn 30 years old tomorrow as well. That's Jimmy Jam, our almanac, as we know what he can bring to the table with his knowledge. And I think he gets a couple of them birthday sacks. T1, they going to go all out today. And I've been watching your Browns, but I got the faith of a mustard seed that's planted. And that's Myles Garrett to come alive with this record and get a big win today at home. Why not Shador? And like you said, the way he's been playing for this Browns organization since getting that start and adjusting himself through what he have offensively with Fanning. And when Judkins find himself this next season, this Cleveland Browns organization can turn the corner, getting some offensive weapons. So I like what they have and like the future. And I say it's bright in Cleveland. And that quarterback situation that they had that was falling over their head for so many years, it's over. Shador's there, and it's his time. Perfect time. So the next game.
Go
ahead.
No, I completely agree with T.Y. I think Shador has been playing the best out of the rookies. The reason why I added that was because the politics that goes on in the NFL for some reason when it comes to the Sanders family. Playing wise, Shador is the man. I would take him over any rookie. But they gotta, as T1 said, they gotta put an offensive line around him, and they gotta get that man a number one wide receiver because that Fanning kid is the real deal at the time.
He might.
But as far as the win, I think the weather is going to play a big factor in this game. That's why I chose Cleveland. But go ahead, Moss.
No, you good. You good. I like the breakdown. I totally agree all around, man. This next game, shout out to WTP Sports Dudes, enjoying himself on that fruitful life that we all are getting to one day sooner or later. But be blessed as we sit here, talk about the Saints at the Titans. Anybody got thoughts on this game here?
Two pretty crappy teams, but honestly, I think that they're both looking for next season. I think that definitely the Titans and Cam Ward, he was stellar in college. And I think that what they can do to kind of regroup and figure out what he's best at and what I think that if they go into the draft looking for better people that they can put around him, I think that, or maybe trade up for some people, I think that can really help. If he just has one weapon, I mean, watching the Titans play the Seahawks, I think that knowing that if he has weapons, they can be honestly a pretty good team. If they build around that defense a little bit more, touch on their corners, touch on a little bit of their line, I think that the Titans can become scary in the future.
Yeah. Great point. I'm with the Titans in this one. Saints, I know both teams are rebuilding. I just think the Titans can get a big win at home late in the season, to push towards, the future. I think at this point in the season, for some teams, it's about getting a win to continue that development and not showing no giving up. Keep fighting to the end of that season. Some people say tanking, things like that. But if it's me, I'm out there putting my helmet on and getting paid the right way and trying to make it my team get that win put before me. So I got the Titans with a win today.
Yeah, I think these two teams are two teams that are fighting for the loss, not for the win. They're not fighting for the win because right now you're trying to get in position for that draft pick. So I don't think either one of these teams want to win this game. So it's going to be a very interesting game to watch because neither one of them wants to win. I promise you, both of these teams want to have the best draft pick possible. So I really just don't see either of these teams really playing to win this game. So this is a coin toss for me. This is a pick 'em, and I'll pick what is probably the elder team, and I'll go with the Saints.
Yeah, good points, fellas. I would pick the Saints if they are at home in that dome. But seeing as though they're on the road, I think that Cam Ward wants to go out with a bang, wants to prove that he's worthy of that first overall pick. They don't have the kind of weapons that he needs in Tennessee, but I do kind of like DK, the wide receiver, the rookie wide receiver. I think they can run the ball on New Orleans, and I think Tennessee is going to get the job done. It probably on the New Orleans side, Tyler Shuck, and Chris Olave, I think are going to have a day today. But I think Tennessee is a little bit more physical, and they run the ball a little better, and they find a way to get the job done today. I'm gonna say the Titans, 28-24.
Ooh. Make sure if you out there listening, man, you got picks. If you want to know something, throw it in the chat. We have no discretion about anything we tell you when it comes to these picks. It's up to you to make your pick. We have no disclaimer to whatever you choose to do. Let's be clear on that. The next game that we have up on a slate got Chicago Bears at the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams coming into the season, we had our thoughts on. We wasn't for sure. We didn't feel they would be where they are at. Ran into a Bears fan at the Waffle. He didn't have high hopes. I said, I think y'all on to something. Hopefully you tuned in and watching because y'all making something happen. San Francisco doing the same thing. I think this is going to be a banger. What's your thoughts on this game today?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. These are two teams, mainly, that I'd say, first off, the Bears. I think the Bears came out of nowhere. I thought that after last year watching Caleb Williams play, he was going to be a bust. And honestly, that my mind completely changed. I think that the fact that, in my eyes, I don't see that there's the most weapons on that team for the offensive side. But I think that with like DJ Moore and they have that Colston Loveland and they have people that can do it. It's just, are they going to hit that elite status yet? And I think that Caleb has really turned that, honestly, that whole program around. And I think that their defense could use some work. I don't think it's really the best, but I think that with Caleb Williams kind of turning that offense around, it's huge. And then on the San Fran side, I mean, as I hate the 49ers, as a Seahawks fan, 49ers are our devils. We don't like them at all.
It's kryptonite, man.
They're kryptonite. And so I think that what's really hard to say about them is like you hate them, but you respect them. It's like they're no matter what injuries they're fighting, no matter who's at quarterback, they have Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he's going to win you games. They have so much news with like Brandon Ayuk being out and all this stuff. And like he's bringing the name of the 49ers down. And there's just so much, honestly, that's like really hard for them. But they always find ways to win. And like you can't sit back and say, well, they're finding these ways to win, but they suck. Well, they're obviously good if they're 11-4, So I'd say that the biggest thing is this is going to be a great game. I honestly think San Francisco is going to win. So I think I would put my money on them.
And good afternoon. We also have our man, SEC Sean. SEC Sean, I apologize. I was moving and grooving, and I did not send you the link. Apologies to you, my brother. Happy holidays. Glad that mom was able to make it home safely and that you back. Good to see your face. How's everything going? And what is your thoughts on the game Talk to us. I know I hit you with a lot all at once.
Everything's been good. I mean, just chilling, relaxing a little bit, sitting here, actually playing NASCAR on my PS5. Um, I think I just raced the Chicago street course, and I think I took down every wall in the city of Chicago.
Oh
Uh,
man.
yeah, I'm not good on those courses at all. I'm terrible. But it is what it is. What games y'all talking about right now?
We on that Chicago at San Francisco game right now. Think it's going to be a banger. If you could give us your thoughts on that one.
He can give us the last two real quick too.
Yes, sir.
Give him a couple minutes.
Chicago, San Francisco. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too exciting, really, because I think Chicago might rest some players now that they done locked up the division. It's going to be the first time in the playoffs for Chicago for a minute. They're going to want to make sure they're healthy going in.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel that that's what you're going to see a lot of over the next couple of weeks is these teams resting key players. So that's just kind of how I feel about that one. Chicago may just go out there and try to win the game too. I don't know, but if I'm Chicago, I'm trying to make sure I'm as healthy as can be going into the playoffs. I mentioned the Myles Garrett thing in the comments a minute ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you touched on it or not with him never sacking Rodgers yet. That'd be pretty neat if that's the record getter. I think I heard y'all mention something about what was the other game y'all talked about? Tennessee,
New Orleans at Tennessee.
Oh.
Then you had we got another game coming up right after this before Zach had to get back to his job. But just that Myles Garrett with the Pittsburgh at Cleveland, the Saints at the Titans so far.
And Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh still got a lot to play for. I think it's between them and Baltimore for the final playoff spot. So Pittsburgh needs a win. Cleveland season's pretty much done. I mean, Pittsburgh should win. The only thing to watch on that game is does Myles Garrett get the record this week or next week? I mean, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of is it this week or next week? Tennessee, New Orleans. I mean, does anybody really care?
Nope.
Nope.
Come on, man. Let's just be real. That game's just getting played because that's like a schedule filler.
Popcorn bowl. You just sit down and have some popcorn and watching a movie with the kiddos on that game.
That's pretty much what it is right there.
Taking a nap.
There ain't nothing else to do. If you look at the records, both those teams look like they've been taking naps all year.
True.
They've been taking Sundays off.
Man, they would sleep.
So, yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with that. I don't even really plan on probably watching a lot of the games. I'm probably just going to veg, chill, do some stuff, get some stuff prepped for another stream I'll throw together. I may throw one later tonight. I don't know yet. I got to see what Adam's got going on.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about these Bears real quick. I'm gonna pick the Bears. I think the NFL did the Bears a solid this year. They're gonna have a great regular season, one of their best regular seasons in a very long time. But I'm gonna go on record and say this: the Bears are one and done in the playoffs.
Truth.
Please believe. I agree with that. I think the Bears are going to be a one and done team. But this particular game, I think if all players are playing, it's going to be a shootout. Both these teams don't bring much to the table when it comes to defensive football. I do like the fact that Brock Purdy has been playing lights out. I know he's been injured for a big chunk of the season, but Brock Purdy has been playing lights out. I think he's going to carve the Bears up today, even without George Kittle. George Kittle is looking like he's not going to play. But the backup tight end Tunges is pretty good. Christian McCaffrey, of course, we all know is one of the better backs in the NFL. I think the San Francisco 49ers get the job done tonight, and I'm going to pick them 31-23.
I'm with you on that. I'm going with the 49ers as well, being at home. Got a cousin that was wrapped in his San Francisco blanket last week, looking good after a win. Shout out to my cousin Justin, man, and your 49ers doing what they do. I got them in a big win. And if you see CMC in the backfield, it's always positive action going on in San Francisco. And I'm not going to hold you up. I didn't bring you here just to talk to you about sports. I brought you here to talk about Sam Darnold. I see you shaking that head.
Oh, yeah.
These Seattle Seahawks against a team, and they got to go there today. They got to go to Carolina. The team I talked about was one of the most slept on in the offseason throughout the season. What's your thoughts? You got Seattle at Carolina. How are you feeling? There's been a lot of talk about Sam Darnold, but all he's done the last few years, and it seemed like all he do is win in these last few years. What's your thoughts on this here?
All right. I'll go pretty in depth on this because I got a lot to say about it. So first of all, as a Seahawks fan, after a 10-7 season, we trade away Geno, we trade away DK, we trade away Lockett. If you'd have told us that we're going to be 12-3 after 15 weeks of football, we would have laughed in your face. Or 16 weeks. It's genuinely unreal to say that we got to this point with someone new, and you got to give all the credit to Sam. You know, being in Sam, I could talk for days about this. Sam is so, I think he's very good, and here's why. If you build teams around him, he's fantastic. If you put him in situations that suck, like when he was okay at the Panthers, like the Jets, he was terrible because he had nobody. His offensive line sucked. When he stepped into the Niners, he was terrible. He had nobody to help him.
Yeah.
And then like last year, you put him in a situation that's good, he's going to succeed. They were 14-3 on the Vikings. He like that when you have great weapons to throw to, an O-line that's pretty good, great coaching. Who can't do good, right? And so I'd say, and then obviously he has this Rams problem. That finally got overcome last week. I was there in Seattle. I got to go out to the game and watch them kick the crap out of the Rams, which was amazing.
Man, that
craziest fourth quarter ever. But I'd say Sam is what's going to get us over that hump is the fact that Sam now knows that he can beat the Rams. Because honestly, in the NFL, I'm not scared of any other team but the Rams. I think the NFC, either us or the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. I don't think any team in the NFC is going to do it except for us. And what's going to look like is we're going to be either the 1 seed or the 5 seed. Planning on how these two games go. The Panthers is a great game for us. Hopefully we could win that one. I'd say that when we play the 49ers next week, it's going to have a lot of implications. You know, like can Sam? We lost by what, 2 points to them or a point or something the first week, and like you can't really discredit that because like it's Sam's first game as a Seahawk. It's a lot of new player stuff. Jackson is just getting in his bag, and it's just crazy. And we lost on it was on the goal line. We got tackled, or he got sacked, I think. But it's so crazy to say that we're in this spot. Having Jackson Smith and Jigba is literally the best thing in the world. Like it's like having the Bengals having Jamar, but we have our star. You know, he is something amazing, and it's beautiful to watch. He honestly, especially coming from Columbus, being an OSU fan too, he honestly is the best there is. And I think back on Darnold, he finally got over that hump. You know, he felt like I can beat this team. I can beat the Rams. I can take us the distance. And so I think that since we built a team around him, our defense is obviously elite. It's probably the best in the league. And we have our offensive line has been great. And then the last thing I really want to touch on is our coaching. I think what's really stepped up our team is Mike McDonald. After last year as his first year, being 10-7 as a first-year head coach, it's first time coaching. Well, he was a defensive coordinator at Baltimore, but being his first time coaching as a head coach, he is 10-7. That's amazing. You can't ask for better, right? And now he's on a team that's 12-3, and that is already clinched a playoff spot. And what's been even crazier is that we, in his 2 years on the road, we're a 13-2. So we're more thinking about, is it so much easier to be playing a road game or at home? Because last year our home schedule, we were not even 500, or we could not win at home, and when we would go on the road and we would win. It was a really weird scenario. And so now he finally got that home field advantage back to Seattle, because everybody knows you don't want to come to Seattle and play. It's one of the loudest stadiums in the football.
Yeah.
And so I'd say that the biggest thing is just, if we can win these 2 games, beat the Rams, there's no team that's beating us.
What's your thoughts on this one, T1? Seattle and Carolina.
No, I'm a roll with Seattle on this one. Fairly easy.
I agree.
Post game.
Man, that was a beautiful breakdown, my man.
Thank you.
I like. Listen, that was that the NFC East or the
Yes.
NFC West. My bad.
NFC West.
That just got to be the best division in football.
Yeah.
You think about Seattle, San Fran, of course the Rams with Stafford and those guys. That's a beautiful division of football. I like Seattle today. The travel worries me a little bit coming from the West Coast all the way to a Carolina. Uh, and Carolina has just been the cardiac cats, man. But I think having Njigba is going to separate them today. Kenneth Walker is starting. I don't. The thing that confuses me about Seattle is why y'all don't give Kenneth Walker the ball more. I know y'all got Charbonnet. He's a stud too, but Kenneth Walker can break a game wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Just crack it down the middle like an egg. I would like to see Seattle get Kenneth Walker more touches, but I think Seattle's going to win this game today, and I'm gonna say 31-20.
I'd say I definitely agree with that. It's been a big talk, honestly, and like a lot of I watch all the press conferences, and I'm pretty tapped in with everything. And I'd say that what has been very interesting with Clint Kubiak joining this offense as the coordinator is that he just loves to give Charbonnet those like 2-3 yard touchdown runs, and it's just really crazy. Like I watched it, and when I was at the game, like Kenneth Walker ran for 55 yards and got tackled on the 2 yard line. And why is Clint saying, you know what, let's put Charbonnet in. Let's give Charbonnet that extra 2. Let's give him the touchdown, even though Kenneth got the work to get down there. And then it's you're looking at him too, and you're like, is Kenneth saying, hey, I'm tired, I need to come out? No. Kenneth wants to be in the game. Charbonnet is obviously a great backup, and he's probably better than most in the league. But it's why is he getting all those touches? And it's honestly a mystery. Clint Kubiak in his press conferences hasn't said a thing about it. He says, well, I don't know. That's how it works out. I think that it's very stupid because Kenneth obviously showed it last week and he ran for 60 yards for a touchdown, that he can break through anybody. He is so explosive. He's so great, and he should be getting 80% of touches. I love that Charbonnet is there, but honestly, when it comes down to it, you want to have Kenneth running the ball 90% of the time.
Yeah, I like it. I love that breakdown. And I think now you've put Kubiak in the position to answer, because I think we're going to get this short circulating, because I want that question answered too. Mm-hmm. The man working out hard. And I never understood that watching. That's a great thing with you being at the game and having that bird's eye view on that. And
absolutely,
that guy can afford. I mean, he's a workhorse, man. And I know he don't get tired. He reminds me of Marshawn Lynch and some of the ways he carries the ball, take those hits. So
when he was at Michigan State, I mean, you watched him. He had 5 touchdowns against Michigan. He ran for like 200 and some yards. And it's like, you see all this and you see him in practice and you do all these things. He's your running back 1. Why are we not giving him touchdowns? He has the most yards on the team in running by far, but Charbonnet has the most rushing touchdowns. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, and Kubiak needs to figure it out and see what happens.
I think what he's going to have to do is figure it out, because today they got to go on the road to Carolina. I'm sorry, fellas, but I'm going with what I've been talking about, these Panthers. They get a big win today at home. And Bryce, is the right price at QB down there in Carolina, just to keep this thing rolling in the way they've been playing. That's just my thought. I think this one game, Seattle gets humbled, and then you deal with is Darnold this, is Darnold that. But then Seattle turns it around and get themselves rejuvenated for the swing of the playoffs. Kubiak have to answer those questions because I think he's still going to do those things. And so they get that today from Carolina moving forward. But, I mean, it's going to be a tough game. I think a lot of people have Seattle winning, but I'm going to pick Carolina. I think a lot of people got them as the underdog, as I had them throughout the offseason and through the season. It's a lot of picks. So I'm going with the Panthers in this one.
Carolina's they're a great team. I mean, honestly, their rookie wide receiver, I think his name's like Tate McMillan or something. He's a great player. I mean, honestly, what a great pick for them. I like their coaching. I think that they're definitely doing all right. I think Bryce Young's finally realizing why he was such a high draft pick and a Heisman winner. I mean, he honestly is not bad at all. I think what's really going to set us apart from them is how well our offense will outshine their defense. They really have nobody. They're having a former Seahawk guarding Jackson Smith and Jigba. And it's like he thinks he's going to know how he's going to play, but Jackson's just kind of too elite to that point of knowing that he's going to go for a big game today. And I truly see that. And I think that no matter how bad our offense plays, our defense can just outshine them. Arguably, I think, the best defense in football. Us, the Texans, and the Broncos. I think that our defense, they haven't played a defense as good as us. And so it's like, what are they really going to do? If they can win and overcome that hump playing against us, great. That means that it's honestly a huge game for them and for us. Because if we don't win that can get the Rams back into winning the division. We don't want that. So I'd say that, and obviously Carolina's playing to win the South. And so there's just so much going on with it. And I think that this is a big game. It could go either way in my eyes, honestly.
Great. Then the next SEC, Sean, did you want to give us your pick on that game? Your thoughts real quick?
I think y'all said it all pretty much. I mean, both teams have something to fight for. Seattle's already clinched a playoff spot. Carolina's fighting for the title to get in. What's them in Tampa Bay fighting for the final spot in the NFC?
Yeah.
So I think Carolina's got a little more to play for. The travel from the west to the east. I mean, it's a game that I think Carolina's going to come out with their hair on fire and just do everything possible they can. I think Carolina sneaks it out. Something like a 28-24 type game, something like that.
Sure.
So, but that's my thoughts on that one. But y'all pretty much said everything else on it.
For this next game, this guy, man, he's special on one side of the ball. Then you got a team who started off so great. Then dime bag went down. Then they got Grandpa when they should have slid in Richardson, we thought. You got Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence, going to Indianapolis to play post-games coach. I think this game is big on both sides of the football. For the mere fact, Jacksonville has had similar success when they first came into the NFL as an expansion team and being one of the top defenses, one of the top offenses. This Jacksonville team is dangerous. And I know we hit on this in the offseason talks about how Trevor Lawrence needed to show us. And I think he's heard everything about what's been talked about. And he's came out and proved he belonged in the NFL. He's a Jaguar. He didn't get his contract for no reason. He's now healthy and able to roll, spin that thing, and do what he do. I'm going to start with post-game. As today, we starting with you. We putting you on the spot when we talking about your team. How much more time you got before we go, Zach? You got a few more minutes?
Yeah, a few more minutes is fine. I'll talk about this, and then I'll head out.
All right. I'm going to let you go there real quick, Zach, before you can get out of here. And, again, I appreciate you joining live from work during your busy work day. And, again, anytime you want to come on, man, this all yours.
So I think I'm going to touch on this as a Clemson fan. So Trevor Lawrence, he had the glory days for us. Our program has been honestly really crappy without him. We have not really done anything. Trevor and that team, that 2016 to honestly 2015 to about 2020, was our prime, And Trevor was the main factor of that. And watching him play in college, especially probably in the greatest game of all time in college, that Clemson-Ohio State game, the first time they played, the fact that he just can take over. And I think that he is really translating that to the NFL now. He started off not very good, because what were they, 4-12 last year? Think about it. They're changed their whole season or their whole program. They turned I think they're 11-4 now or something.
Yeah.
But it's, and again, I got to go down to Jacksonville to watch that game against Seattle, and Trevor really knows, like, his best 20 throws are better than anybody else in the league, but his worst 20 throws and worst 20 decision-making plays is what really causes him to do bad. And then on the Colts side, they just got eliminated. They have nothing to play for. Sauce Gardner's back. That's really not much. I mean, he's very good, but that's not enough. I think that the Jags are going to win. You have Phillip Rivers, who honestly is kind of a Cinderella story, but it's not going to work out good for him. I think it was a dumb decision. I think that they can do so much more with another quarterback or drafting somebody. But I think the Jags are going to win. I'll say around, 35-14.
Ooh, 35-14 post.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's called a beatdown. That's called a BTA.
Mm-hmm.
Give us your thoughts. We'll come to you last on this one, Post. What's your thoughts on this one, T.Y.? Because that 35-14, I know you simmering right now, and I'm gonna let it boil. What's your thoughts, T.Y.?
Yeah, that's a big one right there. But I think I might pick the Jags as well, though. I'm not sure if it's going to be that wide of a margin, but I think I had the Jags in this one as well.
SEC Sean?
Sorry, was
you
shoveling a bite of a sandwich in.
You good?
Normally T1 takes longer than that. I thought
you gotta tell us what kind of sandwich you have.
Yeah, that was an easy score for me, SEC Sean.
Right.
You can't take a bite of a sandwich and not tell us what kind of sandwich you over there have in SEC Sean. What you biting on? You got.
I cooked a spiral ham for Christmas, and I got leftover ham and some cheese.
See, you got.
Oh, that's a winner. Sound like you got a winner right there.
Winner,
tonight I'm gonna
chicken
fire out the rest of the leftovers and do a full dinner. I got the green bean casserole, my wife's stuffing left over, dressing, and some mashed potatoes I whipped up. So we gonna eat it again tonight. That'll be about the last time I can do some ham.
Drop me a plate of them leftovers off tonight, SEC Sean. I'm working late night tonight. I do not want no.
We got plenty. We probably might do that.
Yes, sir.
Bob said, can we run him some leftovers to Waffle House later?
Hey, so SEC Sean, let me find out you over there snacking on the Scooby-Doo sandwich, man.
Hey, brother, let me tell you. I'll have to get a picture of the sandwich I ate one time down in Houston called the Demolition. It's about 10 inches tall, and the two buns are grilled cheese and bacon sandwiches. Yeah, I'll have to get a picture of it and post it once. I don't even know what the hell we're talking about, man. What are we talking about? Oh, the Colts and Jags. Yeah. Man, give me the Colts. I need the Colts to win this game.
All right.
I need the Colts to win this game because that's going to lock Houston and Jacksonville into a tie for the top of that division. And then I believe Houston finishes with Indy next week. So I need the Texans to go ahead and lock up the South Division down there, just because that's the team nobody wants to play right now. That Houston defense is legit. So give me the Colts to win. I think Grandpa does a good job. And I think you're going to get, I don't think you're going to have a score. I think you're going to get something like, give me 28-17 Colts.
Man, I sure hope that goes as you just said, SEC Shine, because I have zero faith in my coach today. Man, I think the only hope the Colts have is if Jonathan Taylor has a career day, 200 yards, like 3, 4 touchdowns. That's the only way the Colts can beat the Jags today. And I don't see that happening. Indianapolis has been bewildering. I think they should go to Anthony Richardson these last 2 games to see if he's improved enough. Because their biggest problem is that they don't have a franchise quarterback. Uh, they got hella weapons with Tyler Warren and Pittman and Downs, and of course Jonathan Taylor, as I mentioned. But the Colts just don't have a franchise quarterback. I would like to see them roll with Anthony Richardson and see what they got, see if he's made any improvements to kind of figure out what we're going to do in the offseason. The biggest question with the Colts is what are their Ursay going to do with management and this coaching staff? Are they going to give them another shot, seeing as though Danny Dimes went out? But they need to figure out the quarterback position and figure out what they're going to do with the management as far as the football program goes. And I just think Trevor Lawrence has, he's finally starting to live up to that pick, him being the golden child. And I think him and Parker Washington and ETN and Strange and these guys are gonna have a big day. The coaches don't have enough to slow this offense down, especially that running game. So as much as it hurts me to say, I got the Jaguars today, and I think it'll be a pretty big margin. It'd be like 37-20.
Ooh. Ooh. Post game, you said your coach is going down at home to Sunshine.
Both of
Hey,
them,
Moss, I gotta head out of here.
All right,
Hey,
man.
appreciate you, Zach.
Hey, nice meeting all you guys. Hey,
Anytime
hope all
we
of our
can put
teams
that
win
show
today.
together too, for sure.
Yeah,
Make sure you hit me up on a message, and I got you coming with that excelente of the show, Clemson
Awesome.
Talk.
Yes, sir. Have a good one,
Got
guys.
you. All right, have a good one, man. Don't work too hard. Say it again, T1. My bad.
Nothing. I just said both of them had blowouts for the Jags. That was kind of surprising.
Yeah, and it was both. One was 35-14, and the other was 37-20, and that's post. So I'm gonna go ahead, since you said that post, I'm gonna take Sunshine and Jags. I think he come out and throw for 300 today and get his boys ready for a great playoff run to try to just doubt all the naysayers and what the Jags came into the season looking like. And we didn't know what they would bring to the table, but they showing us that they're here to stay. One of the biggest games of the week, I think, coming up on this one is Eagles at Buffalo. Both teams, I think, we felt very high about what could win a division, respectively, and it's looking a total opposite at this point. And we don't even know what they're going to do when it comes to the playoffs. I think the winner of this game actually goes deeper into the playoffs compared to the loser. What's your thoughts on this game here? Eagles at the Bills.
Look, real quick on this one, Buffalo gonna win this game easily. This is the last game in that stadium before they go to another stadium. This is the last game there. They ain't gonna go out with a loss. Ain't no way. I got Buffalo, and I got Buffalo pretty big. Give me Buffalo somewhere in the range of 35-14, 35-17. Give me Buffalo somewhere in that range. I think they pick off Hurts like 2 or 3 times. So it's just, I think Buffalo's gonna have they're gonna be playing crazy. They ain't gonna lose that game at home. Not the last game there. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree with that too, and for that reason. And if I was a gambler, here I would be sacrificing my house and my marriage with this game right here, because I don't think there's no way Buffalo can lose this game.
I knew it was coming, T. It's been a while. I knew it was coming. You said you putting the house on it.
Yeah.
You said you need it all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let Post go ahead on this one, man, because I ain't gonna be disrespectful to Philly because it's a city of brotherly love. Go on ahead, Post.
Yeah, I think this game is going to come down to one thing, and that's which team is able to establish the run. Both teams have good running backs. Both teams have good running quarterbacks. So whichever team is able to dominate this game when it comes to running the ball is going to win this game. I hate to pick against Josh Allen at home, but I think the Eagles defense is a little better than the Bills defense. Where the Eagles struggle at is that offense. That offense has not been the same since they lost Shane Steichen. Uh, so I'm gonna take the Eagles in a close one. I'm gonna have this 31-28.
Man, this when I seen this on the slate, it was probably one of the toughest picks for me. Both teams, like we said, we had me, you, and T1 had Buffalo winning the division. We had me and T1 had Philly winning the division. You know, I think as well as you.
I had the Philly. I had the Eagles also.
We both had it on both sides. So it's like this is a crazy game. I'm going Buffalo with them being at home. Whichever team would have been at home, that's who I think I would have picked in this game. I'm going with Buffalo because of Allen and his ability to escape that pocket. I think when that pocket breaks down and he can escape, I think that's Philly's kryptonite. And in this game, if that weather is hectic in Buffalo, Cook will cook up something special out that backfield. And I think that's one that's quietly kept this Buffalo Bills team together, man. His rushing ability, and when he runs heavy, Buffalo gets the win. So if Cook goes for 100, and as you said on that run game, whoever has a better run game win. Buffalo wins today. Shout out to our guy. He's not on right now. He's out working. I probably think he on job number 12 right now as it's 1 p.m. and he'll probably be on job 13 by the time we done with the stream today. Fan one take Zay. We got his Bucks at the Dolphins today. What's your thoughts on this game? It's a lot going on over in that Dolphins franchise, coaching situations. Tua's been benched. Quinn Ewers, even though we put a beat down on him last week, it was a lot of high praise in just him being out there and what he's doing and the direction of the organization. What's your thoughts on this Bucks at Dolphins game?
Give me the Bucks. No, but I don't know how fun this game is gonna be.
Man,
but
electric.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm almost like college football. I'm ready for the playoffs. These games right here, I'm ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. I want to call it a bum bowl, but I don't want to be disrespectful because Tampa Bay is respectively a good team. They just dealt with a lot of injuries, and respect to Zay and this Bucks team been doing their thing. But just as of late, it's been kind of shaky. So we don't know what team we gonna get. Dolphins could come out and upset them, but I got the Bucks in a blowout, man.
But CT1, this is playoff football already for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, through that.
You know that's the only thing good with the weeks right with this week right here and potentially next week is the games that have some sort of who's going to make the playoffs in them. The rest of these games, teams that are clinched, they're just going to rest people. Teams that are eliminated, they're going to start bringing up people from the practice squad to see what they got. So the only games that are really going to be games to watch are games that are involving teams fighting for a playoff spot, which is really there's only just a couple of teams fighting for one still. So I mean they're pretty much playoff mode for these teams. So we'll see what happens. I think the Bucks win. I think Miami. The only way Miami wins this is if like that running back Devon Chain goes off for like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns or something. But I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same exact thing, SEC Sean, and it's good to hear your voice, man, and get your game. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good. You good.
Okay, cool. I got the Bucks in this game, but I do think Achan gives the Dolphins a chance to win if he's able to get loose today. He can hurt you receiving or running the ball. He's really top five, if we being honest, when it comes to running back position in the NFL. But I'll take Tampa Bay. I think Big Mike Evans has a day. They got weapons everywhere. Uh, even they even got a running back who hasn't got off yet since he's been back from injury, and Bucky Irvin. And that'd be interesting to see if he can kind of get going today. But I got Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay needs to win this game. They're in a must win. So I'm gonna take the Buccaneers, and I'm gonna take them 34 to 24.
Real quick on that one too, mentioning that. Y'all remember back at the beginning when we had a podcast, the beginning of the NFL season, we were discussing early season MVPs and we were throwing Baker Mayfield out there?
Yeah,
He, if he don't get right, Tampa Bay's done. Something just ain't right there.
I agree. I totally agree. He had said at post game about how we were speaking about Baker Mayfield and MVP candidacy earlier in the season, and he just said if he don't get right, it's not going to be right for Tampa Bay. I agree. Other games we had, I'm not really going to put up. Just we're going to go for this last one. I had the Pats at the Jets. Of course, we feel Patriots about to put a beat down on them and get themselves ready for the playoff. You had Giants and the Raiders. I called that a draft pick bowl, pretty much trying to figure out who's going to have the best route to getting the top possible pick. But the one I did want to talk about was the Monday night game. You got the Rams at the Falcons. I know we got games on. Appreciate those tuning in with us, still staying with us as the NFL slate is started. What's your thoughts on this one, real quick, before we get up out of here? SEC Sean, Rams at the Falcons.
Rams. I mean, Rams are fighting for that division over there. They're in the playoffs, but they're fighting for the division.
Yeah,
And um, you know, I haven't looked at all the standings, but I don't know if there's how high they can get in the standings. But Atlanta can jump up and bite somebody with the running attack, but I don't see it. I see the Rams pretty easily.
what's your thoughts, Post?
Yeah, I mean the Rams should win this game. I agree with SEC Sean that Bijan Robinson, probably the best running back in the league, can take over a game and give Atlanta a chance to win any game, as well as Drake London out that slot, man. I know he didn't play well in his return game back from injury, but that's a big, huge slot who can give anybody some trouble. The Rams won't have their second best wide receiver, Devontae Adams, but they will still have Puka in that running attack. So I like the Rams Monday Night Football on the road. Give me them. I'm gonna say 30-20.
I like that. I'm in agreement. I got the Rams too. I had them winning this division. I got our predictions here. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna send it in our chat. Y'all could see the rips all on the paper. This was from the beginning of the season. All our little predictions we had on the divisions, and it's coming fruitful. We had Denver winning the West. T1's pick in the South with the Houston Texans is coming alive. We had so many great picks throughout this NFL season as we getting down to the nitty gritty. Anything you want to say to the people? Anything upcoming, SEC Sean, on the NASCAR side? Working on some hockey as well?
Um, yeah, there's going to be some stuff coming. I'm just trying to figure out what to put together to talk about for this next one. Talking about, we'll bring some stuff up. I just got, like I said, I got to come up with some categories to hit up on it. I know Adam and I are going to do, coming up in the next week or so, we're going to do some World Cup talk.
Cool.
for soccer fans. With that cranking up sometime in like June-ish, I think.
Yes,
Sometime
sir.
around there it cranks up. And then when we get into the NASCAR chat, I'll throw it out to everybody. What my wife got me for Christmas, I'll save that for my NASCAR chat though. So
Sweet, sweet, sweet. We appreciate you. Tell her Joseph said hello. I appreciate you allowing SEC Sean, as we
oh yeah,
call
she
him,
heard you. You're on speak. I mean, you're on
whoever's
my
been
phone,
with us.
so
Oh, okay.
you're on my phone, so she heard you.
Oh man, we appreciate you allowing him to join with us, and it's just, you know, he's special, you know, for
That's
me, for us, everything and what we do and what he brings to the channel. And I know it takes to have a great woman behind someone and a great man as he is, and we appreciate you for being who you
she
are for SEC Shine as well.
she don't mind because it means less time she got to spend talking to me.
But nah, man, we definitely appreciate it all, as
Yeah.
well as all those followers we have, everyone that's tuning in on a daily, on a weekly, throughout this last year, man, and a half, man, as we get ready to go in to 2026, man, we just want to send prayers, special thanks again to all those always watching us, man, to just be positive in 2026. Do something that you didn't do in 25, whether it was helping someone cross the street, whether it was giving someone $1 that you had in your pocket that you thought about that you didn't give them. Maybe if it's simply just going and saying hi to someone, putting a smile on their day. We just appreciate all those things that you do, even if we don't see them. And we appreciate you tuning in with these guys here. You got WTP for life. You see him at the bottom. Myself, Level Up Sports 10, Mossberg, Parlay Poet Blissberg at the bottom, as well as Post Game 86, who you see at the bottom in that chat that's always on with us, as well as you got SEC Shine up there. We got City League TV. That was T1, man, and many hats on Facebook as well. And we got one take, Zay, coming to you with many things and many projects. And we also going to have the great Griffey Griff. So you already know what to do. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. And again, we appreciate you. Without you, it wouldn't be no us able to do what we do. But we're going to keep continuing to bring it and keep it funky for you, as we always do. We was in the building, as T1 say. We was out. Peace. We enjoy it all, man. Y'all enjoy your Sunday and be great. Love, peace.